All right. Hello, everybody. I believe this is recording. All right. I'm trying to change up my intro, so to speak, my greeting. But hey, technology being what it is, and I'm very. My style is a bit of a. It's just pretty much a kiss style. Keep it simple, sweetheart. I don't want to use the STUPID word. Hello, everybody. This is Saif Sakalala. Hello. Welcome back to my channel, to my YouTube channel. Those of you that are returning, and if this is your first time watching, I want to welcome you and thank you for watching. I try not to make my videos long, so I'm looking at the clock right here up top. It's 11:54. I try to keep my videos to like pretty much less than as short as brief as 5, 10 minutes, maybe 15 tops. I don't like to kind of just go too long. Should go on too long just because I don't want to bore people. All right, cool. So today's message. Today's presentation is about two topics. Okay, first one, as you can see on the screen, and I've created a Canvas site. I'm gonna be sharing the link under the video on YouTube and via LinkedIn. I'm gonna share this video via my or should I say our, because we're a community, our SDK Alter Ego community page in LinkedIn. So the title is "Let Your Light Shine." And I'll explain what I mean by that in a bit. And then the other part of it is just the Juneteenth uh, message conclusion. Okay, so let's get right into it. So first, the Juneteenth conclusion. I conveyed it rather, excuse me, yesterday, and I can pull up real quick the LinkedIn now. I have to be very careful with this because my machine is old. Okay, I'm using a MacBook, but it's very old, and so I had a glitch yesterday, and I think part of it was because I was overtaxing my RAM and da da. But just want to go straight to the. Bear with me here as I go straight to the Juneteenth message that I posted the other day. Okay, because it bears repeating, I believe, just one last time. Okay, so I did another video yesterday. That's it. But the message I'm talking about is this one right here. And I might expand in just a little bit. Let's see if I can just. Right now it's at 110, 125, 150. Yeah, so just expand it for you all to see it better. So, you know, the message is it's just a basic message of unity in terms of just encouraging my fellow Americans, all of us. Um, what's Juneteenth about? I think many of us know, and for those of us that might not know, historians or people that are very good at this kind of thing, like just forgive me if I butcher it, but if I'm not mistaken, Juneteenth we celebrate the day. I believe in the state of Texas back then. I believe Texas was part of the Union, and during the Civil War, the North had won. Abraham Lincoln had signed the Emancipation Proclamation, and but the slaves out there did not know in Texas, and so this was other slaves had found out the fact that yes, thank God we're free at last. Well, so to speak, for back then, and then Juneteenth was these folks in Texas finding out they received the message. So. But what it is it's a message of unity because it's not just for any one group of people. Look at the picture that I use. People that have looked at this picture might have like caught the fact that, well, look at the way it looks. I'm not gonna say much more about that. But again, this is a message of unity. Let's not try to lose faith in each other. All right, over and out for that one. I'm just gonna end it there for that one. The second and most important, like today's most important part, has to do with accepting and loving yourself, both as a neurodiverse, okay, if you're a neurodiverse individual, and or a neuronormative person, like you're somebody that is referred to as a normal, so to speak. You don't have a diagnosis as ADHD, or you're not autistic. You don't have ADHD. You don't have mental illness, any diagnoses, bipolar, schizophrenia, etc., etc. And sorry, I might be talking too close into the microphone. I hope not. And the case in point that I'm using is advanced use of ChatGPT in music production. So I think I might want to get to the next slide to just to uh okay, looks like I had there it is. I guess now I can move. So I'm gonna slide back and forth a little bit. So this is the case in point that I'm using is advanced use of ChatGPT in music production. A lot of us love music. Many of us, music is a universal love, right? A lot of us love it. I, for one, many of us, my generation, I'm a millennial, but even the Gen Zs or even the baby boomers, whatever, pop music. So you like, pop rock, pop music, maybe country, maybe, and then my generation, lots of us love pop music, Taylor Swift, Beyonce, etc., R&B, hip hop music. And I guess there are things that appeal to some of us when you're a kind of, I guess you could be both neurodiverse or neuronormative, but you love these things that like kind of appeal to your sense of, you love the precision and the art of it, right? I happen to be one of those people. And so, ChatGPT, I write a lot about it via my SDK alter ego page, and I'm not gonna pull that up right here because I'm just trying to get through this video quickly. So I believe I started at, it was 11:54. Right now it's 12, so I've been going for 6 minutes roughly, give or take, right? But let me just go straight. I'm using my phone, right? I'm recording the screen, so I'm just gonna use the app on my phone to read through the discussion that I was having with ChatGPT. So nowadays, you can do a dictate, like ChatGPT you can dictate into it. Now you got to be careful because sometimes it just really pisses me off when I dictate and then when you double click the enter button, the check mark button, right? Because to your left there's that X button meaning to cancel the dictation, and then to your right you can enter it. Unfortunately, sometimes it just doesn't take. Anyway, but so the way this whole thing started and the way I got this idea, I said, I've been thinking about it for a while, but then it crystallized in my mind today. Because all right, so I'm scrolling up here, ChatGPT. I just started with all right, so it's a long dialogue. First, I was testing it, testing 1, 2, 3, and then I was listening to the Michael Jackson "Who Is It" song. So earworms. Some of us know about earworms, right? Okay, but it wasn't playing in my head as an earworm per se. It's just one of those songs that it's one of those Michael Jackson songs that like really, to me, demonstrate his like precision and his like art, his like rigorous art. So I read out let me read the query real quick. I'm not gonna rush, even though I don't want to keep this too long, but I just want to be clear. That's what the most important part is. So I started the query. I was dictating into it, and then I say, I talked about the fact that Michael Jackson. We know about his history. The abuse by their father and stuff like that. And but my question to him, my question to to ChatGPT was, and it's funny because there's parallels to Beyonce and the fact that her parents, her parents really invested in coaching her and all that, homeschooling, coaching, etc. My question to ChatGPT was, this is a quote because I'm reading directly verbatim. Okay, did he, meaning Michael Jackson, did he at some point eventually, or through like self-education, through self-teaching, did he teach himself classical, or just not classical but musicology, like music theory, music theory? And then I say the reason I'm asking is because like that "Who Is It" song, the precision and the rigor, the way it starts. So here, and I go on to say the way it starts, and there might have been, there's a songwriter, there's a producer and whatnot. The producer's name, it sounds like Sweden, the country Sweden, but like, is it Frank or Mike or whatever it is. And so I go, the way it starts is like very, there's a chorale type, and then you get into it. And then now, here's the thing. The reason I'm doing this video is because I can actually beatbox. Okay, I mean, like, and Michael Jackson, what ChatGPT was telling me, like, the fact that, yeah, he taught himself, okay? But, so let me just go through it. And you know what? Look, if this video goes on for like 20 plus minutes, it's going to be worth it. So just bear with me here. So, all right, so the wait starts. And then at the around the 30 second mark, 30 second, maybe 20 something, 30 second, maybe 40, he starts off this voice. All right, I'm gonna butcher it. My voice is bad. Don't laugh at me. All right, because okay, so I'm gonna set my voice do re mi fa sol la ti do. All right, so I give her money, I give her time, I give her everything inside one heart could find. I give her passion, my very soul. I gave her promises and secrets so untold, etc., etc. Right, and then I'm like wondering about the video because like the video I'm wondering, wait, did that girl like, because like the story in the video is something like it's a mini movie, and ChatGPT gave me the name of the person that the director of the movie. My question was, did she fall in love with him? It looks like she fell in love with him, even though she was a high end, uh, no offense to anybody, but like just what's called a high end like sex worker, right? And they used to do like, was that like plastic surgery in here or something like that? And then, but so the question is a two in one. I'm like, did he study music theory? And then I brought in later on, and so ChatGPT goes, no, he did not study music theory as such, but he had an intuitive musical understanding through vocal instrumentation and beatboxing. So beatboxing, I got inspired when I saw this was like, there's in terms of like having a hidden talent. I can actually do this, and I'm like, it's one of those things where like in the past, the career that I've been trying to get into, whatever, to be let me maybe try to look up who is it, Michael Jackson, who is it, just to like kind of not to make the video too boring, right? So, man, like okay, so I just gotta. Just like, and then like, so again, with Drake, again, there's that. I'm guess like lately, I just get into who is it? Okay, so I'm not gonna play the video. I just want to like bring up some of the imagery. There it is, right? So this is the video, the way it starts, and he is. I'm gonna pause it. I'm gonna play it. I just want to pull it up and then like enlarge in the picture, but I'm not gonna play it. Um, the way it starts is singing, and so like again, this is what ChatGPT explained to me, is that there's a dual, maybe not a storyline, but a dual, two things are going on. Oh god, of course there's gonna be ads. Great. But there's like his singing, and then there's that kind of like mini movie, right, where the woman is a like she turns out to be okay, great. You know what? I give up. Ads are just ruining the whole thing. But anyway, what ChatGPT tells me is that look, he had an intuitive feel for musical understanding, for vocal instrumentation and beatboxing. This is ChatGPT right here. Said he'd vocally sing the bass part, melody, harmony, and even percussion. So like he could like, right, and then he had internal tape-like demos. He often recorded multiple layers of his songs in his head, and then beatboxed each element for the engineering teams, right? And then the composer's mental orchestra. He would describe hearing like complete arrangements, strings, rhythm, harmony, fully formed internally, and then manifesting them via voice, right? So the video, David Fincher is the producer. And so yes, they find the cards named Alex and whatnot. That's the butler right there. But yeah, she goes in, and so my question was, so ChatGPT is like the interpretation. She did seem to genuinely fall in love with him, despite, you know, like and it was so silent. I'm like, oh my god, like so she could have told him the truth, be like, look, I've been doing this as a job, but I fell in love with you. Maybe he could have forgiven her, but no, he just Michael Jackson went off he went into his Leonardo luxury chopper, and then the video ends with the woman being treated again, or being kind of processed for I guess she's like a sex slave, and I'm like, oh my god, right? And then so I move on there, and then like eventually I got to believe, don't I have Drake in here? I do, right? And so my other question here was like, I said from the 230 mark, so 10 bands, right? From the Drake in the this song, 10 bands from his if you're reading this, is too late. That's a mixtape or whatever. So I say from the 230-minute mark until the outro, until the fade out. Um, my query is, could you please describe the combo, meaning the combination of like, whatever that is that synth pads, just the technical percussion and the instrumentals and whatnot, right? Because it's like it's very very, like the way he is like God, okay, just like the refrain. So let me just pull it up. 10 bands lyrics. Drake 10 bands lyrics, right? Um, I've been in the house taking no calls. Like some of the words I remember, Drake 10 bands. So I'm holding the mic with one hand, and so it kind of it's a little challenging for me to lyrics. So here it is. Genius, lyrics from Genius. All right, he goes, because the way it starts, it goes like the chorus. It is the chorus, and it starts off. He starts off with it. He goes, 10 bands, 50 bands, 100 bands. Fuck it, man. Let's like I can't save. I can't rap to save my life. Let's not even discuss it, man. OMG, nigga sleep. I ain't tripping. I'ma let him sleep. I ain't tripping. Let him rest in peace. And then it gets verse one, verse two, etc. And then at the end, right around the 230 mark, before he gets to, there's this like last outro, which was really really like pumps me up, because the cars are like, oh, is that a bridge? He's like in the kitchen cooking with the wrist motion, right? Where is it? Up here. I've been in the like, gotta look for it. Gotta just be calm and look for it because it's worth it. I've been in a crib with the phones. I've been out the house taking no calls. I done hit the strike, got my shit going. In the six cooking with the wrist motion. So in the six, meaning Toronto, I guess. The wrist motion is like, I read this somewhere. Like this that team, what is it? What is that, a baseball team or whatever? The wrist motion, like they do that kind of like that. In the six cooking with the wrist motion. Drapes clothes on and what time it is. I'm still awake, I gotta shine this year. I can never ever let the streets down, man. 10 bands. I haven't left the country for a week now, and then there we go, 10 bands. So, but like I'm like, what is that? Because like the way. Now, of course, here I am. Like when I'm by myself, I can actually really. I think I recorded some bits of it, some beatboxing on the utility feature of my iPhone. And I can even vocalize. So like, and I'm like, so what is that? Like, Boy Wonder. Turns out that Boy Wonder and seven something. Let me look at it's Boy Wonder and Sevin Thomas. Okay, they're part of like these are the people like the production credits. These are the ones that did this. And so what ChatGPT describes is this: moody atmosphere. There's that Toronto sound, that OVO Toronto sound, right? You got ChatGPT is like, from the info that we have from online. So they say it's a low pass, low fi filtering. High frequencies are rolled off, giving everything a warm, slightly muffled feel, very intimate and immersive. And then they go on to say, and this is coming from Wikipedia, so ChatGPT gives you the sources. And then these ambient synth pads, evolving, slow-moving textures fill the background, creating lush, spacey layers under Drake's voice. And then number two, percussion and drums, minimalist drum programming. Okay, the beat is sparse, kicks and snares hit quietly, giving it a nocturnal, introspective mood. Subtle percussion, light hi-hats, teeny shakers add movement without stealing focus from the beat switch or the vocals. All right, and then beat switch evolution. Track drives deep. The track dives deeper into the pad heavy bass forward section. It shifts from the last verse into a fade out with synth textures and rolling bass, emphasizing mood over rhythm. All right, so TLDR, synth pads plus lo-fi vibe, giving us that alternative, that alt R&B immersion, sparse drums, bass forward fade out, and then Boy Wonder and Savin Thomas, OVO signature sound. That's them, right? And I'm like, this just kind of me this really got me lit up. I'm like, oh my god, right? And this is where, and so I'm scrolling through my dialogue with ChatGPT, and I'm like, you know what? This is worth sharing because there's people out there that are into musical production, all right? Like some people, music production is actually, I mean, depending on how you do it or how you get into it or whatever, right? It might be lucrative, all right? So, but like, so hence this video. So, all right, I'm gonna end it soon, pretty much. Looks like the video's gone on for a little too long. Might be like 20-ish minutes grand total. Couple of last slides I have on here. SDK Alter Ego and Associates, the LinkedIn page, my community, our community, Premier 100 members. We're at 89 now for the first community members. I don't believe in following or followers. All right. There's already a product, the first product on Gumroad. I released it. There's gonna be things coming out. Like definitely, I can promise you that. Heck, if the novel gets published, for instance, the Papa Guru's World Precipice novel, who knows, right? There's always opportunities in terms of like for loyalty, for community, for some like I believe in community. You understand? So my point is just please join the community. SDK Alter Ego. Let me pull up the page here real quick. LinkedIn SDK Alter Ego. There it is. It comes right up. So yeah, so just my encouragement to folks is go ahead and join this because there will be perks. There'll be heavy discounts or even like freebies and whatnot later on for the premier product for the premium products. Excuse me. Okay, so it gives you like those are my what do you call it analytics and whatnot. But so this is the page. So by all means, just hey, if this if you like the content, pretty please just join up. Let's enjoy our community. And shout out to Starbucks. I was there yesterday. Branch number 58526 Morris Avenue, 1011 Morris Avenue, right across the street from KNU, my alma mater, one of my alma maters. Good Cougars. All right. So thank you for watching. It's been a bit of a longer video than usual, but I think it's worth it. Okay. If you've enjoyed it, please like it, subscribe, recommend, etc., and just give me some feedback. Comments. I switched from my comments. Maybe I should make an exception for some of these, like maybe for this one, or I don't know. It's just that like I just don't have time to deal with trawling and whatnot. Even though YouTube does a bit of a good job lately with kind of weeding out rude comments. All right, I'm about to end it here. Thank you so much for watching. This is Safe Sakalala. Happy Juneteenth, everybody, and over and out.